Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back from our long break to another exciting edition of Struggles for Survival, Lesson 8. So, of course, you need to get back in it and try to find that mentor text hiding in a pile somewhere, right? Okay, and you need a pencil and a highlighter today. And then let's get started, shall we? All right, so today your learning goals are: I can use inference and paragraph level context to define words or phrases. Okay, so today we're going to have our first read of the Knotted Branch Part 2. Turn to pages 14 and 15. Okay, as always, circle any words that are not familiar to you, but I also want you to specifically look for the word moccasins, hemlock, and slender. Are you ready? All right, The Knotted Branch, Part 2, from The Winter People by Joseph Bruchac. I continued to follow the trail, looking for other signs. I recognized the shapes of Stockbridge moccasin tracks, but there were others. Some of the footprints were small and looked to have been made by a familiar set of moccasins, but I was not certain. Later on in the day, I came upon a stream of clear water that flowed close to the trail and made a little pool. Those I was following had stopped there to drink. The water was so inviting that I stopped there to drink from it myself and washed my sweaty face. As I lifted my head to look back up at the trail, I saw something in a low hemlock branch to one side. I quickly climbed up the slope from the pool to look closer and be certain my eyes had not deceived me. My heart leaped. Someone had quickly twisted the end of that branch, making a knot in it. My fingers trembled as I touched the knotted branch. I knew who had left this sign for any rescuer who might follow. Though my father and uncle had taught me the most about the forest and its ways, someone else had first shown me how to leave this sort of trail marker. I had been only 5 winters old on that warm summer day in the forest. I had asked my mother how one kept from getting lost. There are many trails, I said to her. What if I become separated from you while we are out berry picking? How will I know which trail to follow to find you? With a motion so quick that you could barely see it, hardly pausing as we walked along, she had reached out, pulled a slender branch toward her, and then released it. Look back, she said. I did so and saw that she had knotted the tip of the branch into a perfect circle. It was a circle as neatly made as the one I now traced with my fingers 9 years later. Mother, I whispered, I will find you. All right, if you take a look on page 15, I circled the word slender. If you haven't done so, please do that. Slender means very thin, not wide. So go ahead and write that in your margin, the meaning of slender. And then we're going to use context clues later in the lesson to help us define the words for moccasins and hemlock, because those were the other 2 words that we were looking for. All right, let's talk about context clues. Context clues are words, phrases, or sentences that help us define unfamiliar words in a text. So if you're looking for the type of clue, like a definition or a synonym, you look for called, or, which, that. The colons right there would help you. Is or are, dashes, restatements that you're looking for, or and. Inferences right there. Information in other sentences. That's what we're focusing on today. Information from other sentences. Okay, and then antonyms, which are the opposite. You're looking for the opposite. But today we're focusing on inferences. So if you take a look here, we see the words moccasin and moccasins. Okay. I underlined some footprints were small and looked to have been made by a familiar set of moccasins. Okay, so I'm thinking about that, and what I know is that moccasins are a shoe worn by some Native Americans. Okay, we definitely know that it's a shoe. Okay, but it also, remember, he is out and he knows he's looking for his people. Okay, so hemlock is also on this page. I underlined the word branch. Hemlock. I saw something in a low hemlock branch. What do you think hemlock is then? Type of tree. Yes. It'd be like saying a low maple branch, but it's a low hemlock branch. It's a type of tree. So if you need to pause and write those definitions in, you definitely should do that. And maybe you should also underline where I have moccasins. You should underline the word branch so you can help yourself go back and understand how to use inference in finding a word, the definition of a word, or what a word means. Leaped. Okay, my heart leaped. What do you think that means? My heart leaped. Well, to me it means you're excited. Making a knot. Someone had quickly twisted that end of the branch, making a knot in it. But, whoops. Saxo's heart leaped or jumped because he thinks the knot is assigned for him. So, jumped, leaped, jumped. In this, he's excited. Have you ever had that feeling? I've had that feeling before. Okay, now it's your turn. I want you to read paragraph number 1 on page 15. Okay? We want to find, what does the word trembled mean in this sentence? And then why would Saxo's fingers tremble as he touched the knotted branch? And how was he feeling and why? So, pause here, read paragraph 1, and answer those 3 questions. Go ahead. Welcome back, and let's go over it. So my fingers trembled as I touched the knotted branch. I knew who had left this sign for any rescuer who might follow. Though my father and uncle had taught me the most about the forest and its ways, someone else had first shown me how to leave this sort of trail marker. I circled the word trembled. Then I underlined my fingers trembled as I touched the knotted branch. Trembled is shook. It means shook. So why would Saxo's fingers tremble when he touched the knotted branch? Thoughts? I think he was excited. He was, oh my goodness, this is great. Somebody's leaving me a sign. And I also underlined, I had asked my mother how one kept from getting lost. So his fingers trembled and shook because he is excited about this new discovery. And I underlined, I did so and saw that she had knotted the tip of the branch into a perfect circle. It was a circle as neatly made as the one I now traced from with my fingers 9 years later. So he is super excited. He is super excited. Because he knows his mother left that, doesn't he? He knows that his mother left that sign for him so that he could find her. All right. How did we do? Evaluate your learning. 4, I got it and I can teach it. 3, I can do it on my own. 2, I can do it with help, or 1, I'm still confused. So you can use inference and paragraph level context to define words and phrases. Which one are you? A 4, 3, 2, or 1? Write that in your margin, and I will see you tomorrow.